Hi everyone, hope all is well. My name is Mustafa Kheriba. I am based here in the UAE and I'd like to talk to you today about why the UAE and the GCC are a great region for investments. So the GCC, which is the Gulf Cooperation Council, and more specifically the United Arab Emirates, has historically been a source of capital raising and outflow of funds that invested in everything diverse and global. Sovereign wealth institutions in the region are among the wealthiest in the world, and the investment appetite for diversifying national resources of revenue has always been healthy. However, today we are seeing a fundamental change. The GCC is increasingly becoming a destination for capital deployment, with ample opportunities for investment in various sectors, such as hydrocarbons, healthcare, education, real estate, to name a few. Financial services has also been one of the sectors that we'll be looking at changing this landscape, with open banking being one important element in this fundamental change. Open banking has gained momentum in many countries globally, making it a core element in the digitalization of financial services. I believe the UAE is well on its way in cementing itself as a leading technology hub in the region, as the drive towards diversifying the economy through technology and innovation continues. Benefiting from a young, tech-savvy, and entrepreneurial population, Dubai and Abu Dhabi remain the destination of choice for fintech firms. Today, technology-based companies have been identified as key drivers of growth, supported by an advanced technological infrastructure and government support firmly positioning the UAE as a fast emerging regional hub for startups within the financial sector. Open banking provides an opportunity for innovation in a fast evolving sector, and what that is critical core to the development of the UAE economy. Banks are adopting an agile approach and are focused on utilizing mechanisms to create a new set of customer experiencing, delivering not only security, but also convenience. I believe fintech startups are leading these changes and challenging the status quo by trying to innovate the consumer journey by offering more security and more transaction options to the customers. Although open banking appears to offer many positives, however, there remains many regulatory risks that must be considered, as it's not yet without any risks. Now, furthermore, on why the UAE is a great destination for investment deployment in the region. Ever since the decline of oil prices during the recent economic downturn and the horrific pandemic the world has suffered, the region's governments have had the prospect of looking at different avenues of sustainable national revenues and capital preservation. The oil crisis has had a positive impact in allowing the regional regimes to explore new avenues of income. Now, as we see higher oil prices come into play, diminishing fiscal deficits and the continued public spending, this surely is providing much needed support for a stable and solid future. In Abu Dhabi in particular, being home to 6% of the world's proven oil reserves, the economic condition has been supported by the recovery in oil output that is expected next year post the OPEC-led agreement to maintain the production levels, as well as the drive towards diversified investment and greater focus on technology-driven deployment. A big theme I predict in the near future is consolidation, as well as acquisitions outside of the region that will help with the diversification of funding resources and sources of capital inflows. Capital markets regionally and globally are also geared to see an uptick in activity as the year kicks into play. Although as the year progresses and we see a softening of the equities market, it is, in my view, the settling down before the year end, marginal taking to close out the books, and more notably, the quiet before the storm of a strong 2022. The region will see the best and fastest to come in the next few years. Regionally, the robust economies of the UAE and Saudi Arabia continue to lead the pack. The UAE has seen some slowdown since 2015 due to many macroeconomic factors, but is expected to have a robust bounce back in 2022. Government spending is increasing in areas such as infrastructure, renewable resources, and real estate. Furthermore, Saudi Arabia is in a positive momentum given the recent reforms implemented by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince. The fight against corruption surge that has been going on in the last few years has given great hope to the people and to the positive growth momentum of the economy in general. The initiatives are moving Saudi Arabia away from secular and rigid Islam to more moderate and mainstream Islamic beliefs and practices. The announcement that women will be participating more actively in the economy has given a great positive indication and has been received highly by the international community as good change. The new economic performance targets that His Highness has set are aggressive but achievable and places the kingdom at the forefront of the economic prosperity in the region. Hence, the IMF is now predicting that Saudi GDP will strengthen over the medium term, while non-oil growth is projected to grow and be a positive contributor to the estimated growth in GDP. The regulators, however, in these two regional powerhouses, the UAE and KSA, are also looking at easing business conduct and providing support to previously ailing SME and small business markets. Both nations have additionally made significant progress in establishing medium and long-term budgetary frameworks and at both federal and local levels. All these enhancements will make the transition to open banking much easier and provide a healthier platform for financial services and consumer experience to flourish. Next year is a big one for Saudi, as the economy will be focused on two important factors: reforms and index inclusion initiatives. We are expecting to see a series of reforms, including increased VAT, a hike in electricity tariffs, increase in selective fuel prices, and revised foreign worker visa formats. Additionally, the kingdom's drive to place regional firms headquartered in KSA is critical. The impact could be felt more by the small business entities. However, we anticipate the market dynamics to yet again shrug the underlying fundamentals and take cue from the potential favorable upgrades by both FTSE and MSCI. All these indicators paint a large bullseye, in my belief, on this region for those looking to make significant returns on profits, as well as diversify their investments and deployment. In addition, the benefits from the generous opportunities that will be available in this region are endless. In my view, the GCC is geared to become one of the most robust and rewarding investment destinations in the near future and beyond. Thank you.